Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we have some highlights with Aggro Archer on the ladder. And first and foremost, I apologize for the day or so without a YouTube video. I've been pretty busy outside of the regular daily streams, such as a tournament yesterday, and working on the Between the Lanes meta snapshot number 10, which has just gone up for the month of July, so be sure to check that out on betweenthelane.net. We went over the post-Heroes of Skyrim meta. But enough about that. Today we are back in the thick of it with Aggro Archer. Very similar actually to the mono red aggressive warrior deck that I posted a couple videos back. And there are a couple things I like about the Archer variant of this. I have played a bit of it before, pre-Heroes of Skyrim, and we got a lot of interesting tools. So before we get into some games from the stream, I will be talking about a couple card choices, in particular, some of the new cards. So obviously we have a very aggressive low-curve deck here, and we are using 3 Goblin Skulks and 3 Cliff Racers in agility, and that's it. And I like this because the Goblin Skulks allow us to play the raw Nord Firebrands with a bit more consistency, and a lot of things we're going to do in this deck, such as you might see in the Charge Time to Fight Battle Mage deck, is playing a bunch of charge guides and preparing to buff their attacks with Northwind Outposts and Orc Clan Captains. And we even have Shield Breaker now, so that's why I have the Earthbone Spinner on screen right now. We're not even playing Earthbone Spinner because it's just slower than Shield Breaker for what we want to do. We really want to make the most out of every slot in our deck. Shield Breaker can act as that buff to keep things out of range of removal. Pretty versatile card, I love it in aggro decks, and we're really trying to pack our deck with as many charge creatures as possible. We have the new Stormcloak Vanguard. I've talked about this being one of the more underrated cards of Skyrim, and it's really overperformed for me. I definitely recommend playing this card and giving it a shot in more aggressive decks, as well as the Candlehearth Brawler, which can function a bit defensively as well. Can really help you race. You can push a bit of damage and stick it in a lane where your opponent's trying to race you and beat you down if you can't afford to take some more life, and they're going to have to get through that 5 health Brawler where they can go back to your face, or you can use it to protect your other guys on the board. And we even have Skyforge in here from the new set. It might seem a bit out of place. The only actual werewolf card we're playing is Circle Initiate, but I'm just using it as a sort of weaker version of Corsairship, which you see in a bunch of these decks with a lot of aggressive charge guys. Equipping the dagger can help us push more damage, sort of like a Northwind Outpost. And you could play more werewolves. You could even play the Aeless Huntmate we have on screen here. Again, I felt it was a bit too slow, and who needs card draw when we're just going to top deck charge guys? But you could use that as well. And then after this transforms into Underforge, you can just use it to give +1/+1 essentially to anything instead of +1/+0, because you're transforming something into a werewolf and you're giving +1/+1 to all werewolves. So that'll benefit your Circle Initiates when they transform already, and it'll just give +1/+1 to anything you want once a turn. And you shouldn't be using that too long, however, because the game is trying to be ended relatively fast. And the only other thing I should mention is, why am I not playing Mighty Ally in this build? And that's a good question, because Mighty Ally is really good, and we're obviously going to hit it the vast majority of the time to make a 6/3 breakthrough creature. The only answer I can give you is space. I wanted to test a bunch of these new cards out during the stream that you'll be watching the highlights from, and I also wanted to play Withered Hand Cultist deck against some of those control decks, and basically it just functions as a really good way to bypass removal altogether for this deck. The only card it interferes with is the Raiding Party, which usually isn't a big deal. But yeah, you could definitely play Mighty Ally if you're missing any of these cards. Probably the card you should be playing in place of them is Mighty Ally, because it's just so powerful in this deck, and in reality, in the correct optimized version of this Aggro Archer, it's probably included. I'm just not entirely sure over what. But hopefully you guys enjoy, and if you're looking for a fun aggro deck that can take your opponents off guard somewhat when they're expecting the mid-range Archer, definitely give this a shot. Hopefully you have fun with it, and let me know how it goes. As always, if you enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like and continue subscribing to the channel for more Legends videos every day. Check out my stream in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Peanuts, cashews, pistachios, almonds, hazelnuts, walnuts, doesn't matter, they're all delicious as hell. Depends on my mood, though. Oh god. Damn it, Noel. There is a point. I should filter my friends list. I mean, I don't even know what the limit is, though. I didn't come close to it yet. Thanks very much, Noel.
Ready to join the circle.
Wait, what? What? No, that's totally wrong. But it is random. I like this because we can actually hit with the 4 next turn. I'm like trying not to talk about drops at all, but the conspiracy theories are getting weirder. I'd never even heard that one before. They didn't turn off the timer. Unfortunately for friendly challenges, there's no turn timer. And I feel like a couple of my opponents might have roped if there were one. Timer should come back. Bring the timer back. Oh, wait, this is nuts. Hell yeah! No, it's like you can't get drops like every 10 minutes or something. I'm pretty sure it's very rare and or unlikely that you get a drop within 24 hours of a different drop. I mean, you could tell me it's not random if you've got like a pattern of drops, but I won't believe you because the person who made them said it was random. And sometimes patterns appear in randomness. The human mind often tries to attribute patterns where there are none. That's Psychology 101, guys. CVH stream, learning new things. Or things that everyone already knew. You know, we probably should have shipped the other one.
I'm ready for anything.
I don't think the health actually matters in this matchup. Psychologic 101.
What have we here?
Look to the skies.
Just been getting them every other day. See, that's the kind of thing that looks like a pattern. But in reality, hey, we didn't throw. That's just beautiful to see. We already had lethal. Is this better? This adds 3/6 damage? Yeah, that's better.
We stand young and warm yourself. Come at me. Gore and glory.
CVH wins the game. Oh yeah. What's your opinion on Pluto, dwarf or full planet? I love it the way it is. Even though it's not a full planet, technically. It's not like a built-in pattern is what I mean to say, I guess. Like, if I play 5 games and my opponent gets a first rune prophecy all those 5 games, would you just assume that's just how the game is played? Like, well, I always hit a prophecy on the first rune. You wouldn't say that. You'd be like, oh, that's just a bit of bad variance, but it's still random, even though those, you know, in just a small sample size, it's not a random result. It doesn't seem random. But it is. Oh god. What do you think's harder to get Legend in, Hearthstone or Legends? I always sound like a piece of shit when I answer that question. I maybe should not answer it.
Protect the Harbinger.
See if he attacks this one, I guess. Wait, do we even want to just save it? Let's just save it.
The walker watches over me.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot harder in Hearthstone. I'm prepared to feel the hate for saying that.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
Hearthstone is more random and you have a little bit less control over the outcome of games, but there is a higher density of people who are really trying hard.
A dark omen for you. The Nords must take back Skyrim.
You can D-rank a lot more in Hearthstone. It used to be you could D-rank everywhere, but they put floors, like the floors we have under every single rank, they put those at rank 5, 10, 15, and 20 in Hearthstone. It was already at rank 20. But you get reset to rank 16 from hitting Legend. But yeah, you have to climb like 16 ranks, and there aren't as many floors, and there's a higher density of good players where people are trying. I mean, I'm not going to say there's a higher density of good players, there's a lot of good players here. But, you know, there's actually like stuff at stake for ladder climbing in that game, so people are all like, you know, you get to like rank 10 to 15 at the beginning of the season, and all of a sudden everything is a meta deck all the time. And even at Legend in this game, you'll play against like 20% completely off-the-wall bullshit for no reason except for people wanting to try stuff out because there's nothing at stake. If Matt is playing, I hope both of you face off. Want you to go against Noodles, Doodras, and Spooters. I don't know how they seed it or if they even do. CVH, love back to you, Hayden.
dark omen for you, for Ulfric Stormcloak! Time to fight, time to fight. Fires of all we.
I think we will get two. Wait, what? 2HG or King of the Hill? What's 2HG? King of the Hill was that ESL ran tournament for Hearthstone, right? That's pretty cool, where they'd have like 4 people every week could stream it. With all the red, why no ally? That's a good question. It wasn't the original version, but I couldn't find the space, and I wanted to play Withered Hand Cultist really badly. Yeah.
Someone out there?
Oh, I can just show it to you, Flambeau TV. They're also, well,
Attack! I'm ready for anything. For Ulfric Stormcloak! I'm ready for anything.
it was before everyone had even submitted their list. I thought it was fine. I was like, hey, can I update my mage list? Will you post it? And he said, yeah. And then he did it. I think it was right the first round or something, then it was wrong. I watched back on a delay. But yeah, my mage deck had Crushing Blows, and it did not have the Shadowfoot. I don't think anyone noticed. No one said anything to me yet, but I noticed. Damn it.
Close ranks, let nothing through. War and glory. Orders.
I'm sorry, Hayden. That's not a thing because it'd be hard to update. The reason I use the deck tracker so it doesn't happen. 2,500. Yeah, it was nuts on you. It's a shame I couldn't really take the dank host because the Twitch website itself crashed. But at least you guys are here now. I do stream this game every day, by the way. I start like usually 6 hours before now. 5 or 6 hours before it is right now. Okay, good. That was right then, Dennis. That's good.
Careful there, friend.
Gore and glory. We stand united. Gore and glory.
This tech needs more Skeever. God, that card is bad.
Is someone out there?
Come on then. I'll even let you swing first.